Hello, Annette. Welcome to NerdChat. Rick is tormenting my cat. So we are continuing the story Dark Knight's Metal.
Yes.
Why are you panting so much? You went up a staircase.
No, I'm painting because I was chasing my dog around because he got off the lead.
Oh, that's where you were gone for so long.
Yes. Judge kind of bolted out the door when I was putting the lead on Justice, and I was like, "You bastard, I'm gonna shit in your food bowl."
Anyways, continuing the story of Dark Knight's Metal. So today is the Merciless, which is like it's the Wonder Woman, Batman, basically.
Nice. This is the one I'm most excited for.
This, I think, might be my favorite one. I really like his costume. I think the story was really good. Just as far as like the one-off tie-ins, like this one was the one I was most invested in. And what's interesting is that most of it does not take place like in the other world, that like where he came from. A lot of it's current day, actually, or like going on with the story. So this one starts on negative Earth 12, and Wonder Woman is like dead in Bruce's arms. Bruce's suit is like all tattered. You can see like half of his face, and he's like yelling like this is Ares' fault. And he's just holding Wonder Woman dead in his arms. And that's all we see of that. That's just the first page. Then we go to Earth 0, and we're in a war room. So we have Argus, the DEO, Shade, Task Force X, like all the DC government factions, all the fictional ones with all their abbreviations and everything. They're all like trying to figure out what to do about this situation, because all the heroes are gone. The Justice League is unheard from, because as we've been seeing, they're all getting sucked into like Dr. Fate is taking them.
Fate has intervened.
They are not in the Tower of Fate, but you will find out where they are next issue.
Are they in the House of Mysteries?
No.
One more guess. I don't know.
Okay, don't worry about it. Find out next issue.
No, it's gonna bug me. It's gonna fucking bug me, man.
They're in another dimension. What's it called? It's that bar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
Yeah, they're there. So all of these factions are trying to discuss what to do. Also, the Suicide Squad is missing. Now, that is in a story that I am not going to cover, because I don't have them. I talked about this a little bit. It's the one with Green Arrow and Robin, Nightwing.
Yeah, there's those.
And they run into Killer Croc and Harley Quinn. The rest of the squad is missing by that point, but yeah, they're all MIA in Gotham somewhere. So they're all like, so what do we do? Like, all of our like super people are gone. What are we supposed to do? So they're all like going back and forth. They're like, well, I have this super weapon, I have this super weapon, and who is it? General Lane is like, I have Valhalla. This is the weapon that'll destroy him.
So it's like the government official, the different agencies all like, this is my doomsday weapon, and this one's my doomsday weapon, and my dick is bigger. No, my dick is bigger. Well, my dick shoots space lasers.
Yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. They're all just yelling at each other. Yeah. It's like, I have the better thing. I can take care of this. It's like, we're here to like work together. So maybe we... And Steve Trevor is like the only like sane person in the building. So what happens is, as they're continuing, like there's like these crisis protocols that they're supposed to be following, and they're all trying to figure out what is the best way to deal with it. Like, so should we just like nuke Gotham? Like, will that fix it? I don't know. So General Lane like has this bomb called Valhalla, and he is well, also, like, it's a ragtag group of people that's in it. Like, Father Time is there.
I'm not surprised. It's probably like the world's doomsday council.
It really is. So, but like I said, so this Valhalla bomb is like, all right, well, that's one we're probably going to have to use. But they're like, do we really want to just, obliterate Gotham? Because, we're going to be killing any heroes that are left out there, which... They're assuming, like, if the Justice League is alive, that they are in Gotham.
Yeah.
But they're not. Well, Superman and Wonder Woman, I believe, are.
Yeah, because we don't know what happened to them.
They were taken by the Dark Knights at the beginning when Batman.
Well, yeah, we know that they were captured or whatever, but they haven't showed us what they did with them.
As far as where the Leaguers are all at, Wonder Woman and Superman, you'll find out at the very beginning of the next issue, but they are basically prisoners of the Dark Knights, but they don't know they're prisoners. They're like they're put in like this virtual reality kind of a thing.
Okay.
So they're like living a dream over and over again.
Why would they even bother keeping them alive?
You will find out.
There better be a good damn reason.
There is.
Otherwise, they're bad villains.
Especially, they have a very important plan for Superman.
Makes sense.
So what was I saying? Okay. But those two are there. Cyborg, remember, is just torn apart on the Watchtower. Because they need him for something. And then all the rest of them were taken by fate. So that's where all the rest of the Leaguers
are. That's where the Dark Knight's fucked up. They don't have a Batman fate.
No, they don't. Probably should have got one of those. I'm sure there's a Sorcerer Supreme Batman out there somewhere. Give Dr. Doom a run for his money. So, anyway, so they continue to argue, and then the Merciless just pops in. He's just like, what's up? I'm gonna kill you all.
Oh. Well.
So, and he is, he's not saying this out loud, but in his mind, he's making fun of them for, like, these people sit in their war room playing at what they call war, but I've seen real war. And this dude monologues like no other.
So, okay, keep going.
No, we'll go ahead. What you're saying?
This is just like when I was playing God of War earlier today, and I called that
appropriate.
Called that twist already. Now, he can't be an Amazon, so he didn't take her powers. He probably stole Ares somehow, didn't he? Does he have the Helm of War?
Just wait a little bit. We're gonna get there.
Did I just fucking call it?
You're very close.
Okay. Keep going.
Okay. So, as they're arguing, Merciless pops in. He has this dope, like, fire sword that, like, once it gets close to your skin, it just starts, like, disintegrating you.
Dope.
It's awesome. And he's just tearing through, like, Argus soldiers and DEO, man.
Yeah, they're fucked.
He's just tearing through them. And he talks about being, he talks about how his original, like, code and everything, like, who he was when he was just Batman. He became Batman because he wanted to show mercy to his enemies in a way that, his enemies never would.
Yeah.
But he's, like, realizing, since he has, become the Merciless, he realized that how foolish he was and how, like, silly his moral code was and how inefficient it was just overall. And he's just continuing to tear apart through soldiers. And that's when General Lane launches the strike for the Valhalla bomb. And he was going to send it to Gotham. He decided to drop it right on top of them.
Right on top
in hope of taking out the Merciless. And Steve Trevor is wrestling him like, what the hell are you doing, man? And he failed to, like, stop him from pressing the button. He just knocks out General Lane, which, that was great. But that's where...
Suck it, you old bastard.
Never been a fan of General Lane in anything.
I can't tell you anybody who has. I know people that are fans of, like, General Ross.
Yeah.
But not Lane.
Lane's just the dick every time he shows up. He always makes the wrong call. And then Merciless sees Steve Trevor and recognizes him. Because he's actually never seen Steve Trevor before, but he knows who he is. So we go back to Earth -12, and so the important thing to realize in this the Merciless's universe is that Batman and Wonder Woman were an item.
Yeah, they were a couple.
But she had told him about Steve Trevor, this man that she used to admire because of, like, how brave he was, even though he was just a mortal man. Which is what she obviously probably saw in Bruce as well, is how impressive he is for just a mere mortal man. But they have been... So there was, like, a big, big, big war. It was, like, the war to end all wars. And Ares was like, man, is this shit awesome.
Well, yeah.
So he got in on this war, and he created a new Helm of War. One, like, it was far more powerful than his, but anyone who wore it was driven into, like, madness.
Like they couldn't control it.
Exactly. And they had launched a strike with anyone that was left and like all the Amazons and everything in order to get the Helm of War off of Ares, and they never imagined that they would even win. It was just like one last ditch effort, and everyone died except for Bruce, but he did get the helm off, but he was never to put it on because if he did, he would
become the next one.
Yes.
Yeah, he would be just as bad, if not worse, than Ares.
But sitting there with Wonder Woman's lifeless body, he didn't care anymore. So he's like, I'm going to put the helmet on, but I can control it. And I will know, like, I will be able to dictate new terms of war. He did not do those things. But he did put the helmet on.
Yeah.
So
he did not do those things because he's not mainstream Batman.
Exactly. He is one of Batman's worst nightmares. So yes, like you thought, it is the new Helm of War, one more powerful than the previous.
Okay, so that was close.
Yeah, I mean you were basically right.
That's cool though. That's badass. That's clever.
That's what this one is. So he's not like he doesn't have Wonder Woman's powers, but he has Ares'
But
powers.
I like that it's not that like that not all of the Batmen just like snapped and just were evil. But like that one, he was just Batman, but was driven into madness by the helmet. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah. So
that's clever.
Yeah, and that's what I think was really cool about this one, and this is what I thought was really neat. It was like, oh man, like this guy just like really suffered tragedy, and this is all that was left. Like this is what needed to be done, and he probably made the right call, even though it had a negative consequence. So I started to like really admire this Batman, and sympathize with him. So he thought he could handle it, but he could not. But he starts to go after Ares, but then we jump back to Earth Zero, and there's these astronauts up in space, and like one of them knows Hal Jordan. They're on like this Ferris aircraft, but they're the ones with the Valhalla bomb. They sit in orbit waiting to be called if the Valhalla bomb ever needs to be dropped, and they get the call in, and they realize that it's being dropped on Langley, which is the headquarters of where they were all at. And they're like, well, this must be really serious if that's the case. So they're like, all right, well, we have to go. We have to make this happen right now. And the battle with the Merciless is all still going on. We go back to negative Earth 12, and this is the past Merciless, and he's like, years have passed now. So quite a bit of time has passed, and he has been just like trudging through the planet, just laying waste to anyone that gets in his way, and anyone who he thinks does not deserve mercy, he kills.
Mm-hmm. Which is probably everyone.
Yeah, pretty much. But he is making a storm, like he is storming Olympus at the moment. Like he is going to go kill all the other gods, and he has Ares' head, like in his hand. He's been carrying it with him. But that's when the Batman Who Laughs shows up and explains that his world is dying. Like, it has already started to collapse, but because of all the war that has raged this planet, he hasn't even noticed the tremors that are happening. They just assume that's bombs. So he's like, dude, like this, you're never going to even get to see the end of your war, but I can bring you to a new war. And the Merciless is like, well, okay.
Like war.
War's all I'm here for now, so I'm down. So yeah, he joins up after fucking like 3 hours of monologuing. And then
is he monologuing, or is Batman Who Laughs monologuing?
Both.
Because Batman Who Laughs never shuts the hell up.
No, he doesn't. So, but the difference is, the Batman Who Laughs does it out loud, and the Merciless just monologues for like an hour in his head.
Like an internal monologue?
There's like 3 pages of him talking just in his head, like in a row.
Oh, trust me, I got that in spades in the next issue. Renew Your Vows.
I believe that. So and this is like, what we're seeing is the Merciless is now like, it's right after they come through the Bruce portal.
Mm-hmm. The Bruce portal.
That's what I'm gonna call it. So he's like walking through that temple and like thinking about like that Bruce and like his Wonder Woman, but they've been like storming other worlds, and he talks about like he's kind of like talking to Diana. And he's like, I've seen like hundreds of Dianas, and like some of them, like the one that like, you know, the 2 of them, they were together, some they weren't, and whatever. But either way, anytime that he had to kill one, he could never look her in the eyes, because it just reminded him too much of, you know, the one that he lost. But so now we're back on Earth Zero, and the Valhalla bomb drops, like right on the facility, and it should have been a colossal explosion, enough to level a city, and just nothing happened. Like, the bomb went off and clearly exploded, but there was no collateral damage.
What, did he just, like, absorb it?
It's exactly what he did.
Oh, God.
He just absorbed it all, and he is sitting on a throne, and all of those, like, military leaders are bowing to him and praying to him. So all the people that are in the jet with the Valhalla thing, they're like, what is happening down there? And this is what was really cool, because you didn't realize how much time had passed for Bruce. Because what Diana warned him is that if he ever put the helmet on, he would never be able to take it off. He would never have the will to take it back off. And he does. He takes it off, and he is old.
Yeah.
He's like all gray and grizzled and
badass.
Yeah. But this is where it takes a straight, like a crazy turn that I wasn't ready for. That made it be like, oh, he is a villain. So what happened was, he killed Ares, and then he turned around to see that Diana was only actually stunned.
She wasn't really dead.
She wasn't dead.
How
and when
did Batman fuck that up?
I mean, there was a lot going on. I don't know. But she was only stunned, so when she got up, she tried to take the helmet from Bruce, and he refused to give it up and killed her.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, he is a bad guy.
Yeah, I mean, he's a bad guy now.
Like, before, like, he was a man on a mission in a time of war, and I was like, all right, I get that, but now...
But after he puts on the helmet, it's not him anymore.
No, it isn't. And that's when it became, like, super clear that is not, the Bruce Wayne that put on the helmet.
Yeah, no.
And the whole time, like, he's having this monologue, he's just, like, holding Steve Trevor by the throat. But that's where that one ends. So, it was crazy, but I really, really liked the story of that one. I thought it was clever.
Yeah, I think that one's by far my favorite out of all of them so far.
Yeah,
I think that one and Red Death are by far the two better ones. I mean, Murder Machine was kind of cool, and The Drowned was weird.
It was weird, but I mean, they're all interesting. Like, what
they
ifs,
are all
for sure.
interesting what ifs. Yeah,
but the Merciless was the one that like had me the most captivated. Like,
yeah.
Like the Superman one, we haven't gotten to it yet. That's like the most predictable one there is.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, he becomes Doomsday. Mm-hmm. I've seen the pictures of the night, so I'm sure he's just like, Superman's gonna be a threat, so I have to kill him now.
Yeah, I mean, you can exactly expect what that one's gonna be. And the Batman Who Laughs one is also a very, very interesting Joker story.
Now that one I actually know parts of.
Uh-huh.
That one I do know parts of because he bugged me and I wanted to know a while ago.
Yeah.
So that one I didn't read the whole thing, but I do know little tidbits about him.
Well, that one gets really, really good. So I do look forward to doing that one as well. And we'll get to those soon. So the next one that we have up is actually the next issue of Dark Knight's Metal.
Cool.
So that's where the continuity is weird. Like, we could just do the other two tie-ins, but the way that the story lays out, it jumps strangely. So
we'll just do it in release order.
So that's exactly what I'm doing. Oh. That's the best. That's what I said was the best way.
It's like Star Wars. You don't start with the prequels.
I can't just.
You start with 4.
I go in the way that they came out. That's the way I read them, and it made sense to me when I did it. So hopefully, it will make sense to everyone else, especially with me being able to bridge little gaps to explain what's going on. Because, like me, I was like, "Where the hell is Wonder Woman?" Because, like, she didn't, like, go up against the Merciless. Because I didn't know, because I didn't read the next issue. Because it didn't come out for another week after.
See, but that's the thing. I've been, like, every time I think about Dark Knight's Metal, I'm like, what the fuck are they doing with Superman and Wonder Woman?
Yeah.
Because they were present when Bruce became the Portal.
Yeah.
When he became the Bruce Portal.
Yeah.
Every time you say the Bruce Portal, man, I just picture them showing up like the Ginyu Force. We're here.
I mean, it's pretty close to what happened. But yeah, that's where that one ends. So the next one is, I think, just Dark Knight's Metal #2. So that'll be out next week.
Cool.
So And you got Renew Your Vows Thursday, right?
Mm-hmm. Renew Your Vows, issue number 3, which is the third part of Brawl in the Family. So there's part 3 and part 4 of that, and then that arc wraps up.
Okay.
And that will be this Thursday.
No, your next one will be part 4. Your next issue is issue 4.
Is it issue 4?
Yes.
Whichever one.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Issue 3 was last week from this video. We're recording out of order.
This is what happens when we record out of order.
Anyways, thank you for joining us. We hope that you enjoyed the story and our laughter. So you know the drill. It's YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll have some videos up on the screen. And if you haven't checked out Rick's series on Renew Your Vows, you should definitely do that yet. Because I distract him and talk about Spider-Man more than he does.
Yeah, he ruins it. He always gives me shit because my videos are longer, but he won't shut up.
I give you shit on literally anything I can.
Thanks for stopping by, folks. We'll see you later.